Hi there, and welcome to Catch Tarot. This is a brand new channel, bringing this practice online as well in hope to bring you greater insight and ability to sift through your current issues and resolve them with the least possible turbulence. The readings give you a better approach to life and better ability to see it from different perspective. Just simply imagine then when entering a tarot council, you're on the ground floor of a big high-rise. You know where you want to head, but you feel that you really don't know how to get there. So getting a direction is so much better. After all, the view is better from the top, and hence the penthouses are highly valued positions. And this is where I hope to get you. I'm professionally a photographer and a life coach, so I use tarot symbolism for fast and deep insight in my client and my clients' issues. I see no point of sugarcoating. After all, we only move on to a better direction once when we get it, as Oprah says, when we get an aha moment. I hope these readings give you at the least some entertainment, especially if you're also a cat lover and you'll be able to fully free the emotion and intention of a card, and at most to make you look deeply into yourself and put some work to get yourself to the higher ground and ascend to that penthouse. If you like what you hear in those videos, please subscribe, like, and give me your comments how this relates to your situation. There are many ways of interpreting the cards, and your own insights will help others. Please also check your ascendant and your moon sign. If you don't know what it is, please go on the website. There are many others, but Cafe Astrology I like, you can do this calculation and then check the other two signs and merge them together. Thank you again. Subscribe, like, and visit back soon. Hi Pisces, welcome to your weekly readings from January 26th to February 1st. I have pre-shuffled your cards, and before we start, let me remind you to subscribe and to like. Basically, I am getting these videos done in order to how many people like them, so that way the most likes of the certain sign get them done first. So I challenge you to do that. And please also leave your comments, and I really appreciate your likes and subscription because it is helping me to move ahead. This is a brand new channel, so I really need support. This was the bottom of your deck. It is the Earth Kitten. It's exploration. And then you had three jumper cards. Seven of Fire, then you had Two of Sea, and Six of Sky. So, okay, Pisces, let's see what is this week coming for. So, base is like you want to connect, you want to communicate, you want to be really meticulous, you want to kind of find a way how to communicate with maybe people who have completely different ideas, or maybe how to bridge issues with your partner and connect and find something that kind of like you both like, and find something that you both can explore. This can also mean social media. If you're dating, this means meeting different people. This means kind of like learning things about people who are completely different from you, right? And learning to see what is it that you have in common, because look what they have in between. They have this kind of little flower. So it is kind of like trying to find this common ground that both of you can flourish. So, Seven of Fire. Look at this fiery atmosphere here. Like somebody played with fire too much, and it kind of like really is not doing well. The tails are burning, and there is defensiveness. So it basically tells you here, like you're entering this week with kind of like holding your guard, being open to new communication, but also somehow bringing your baggage from the past, which is kind of like holding your guard. Is it possible that maybe kind of like you're in a situation that your decision is needed, and that you feel maybe that you're outnumbered, and that people are giving you suggestions that somehow you're not willing to accept or not ready to accept, and you're fighting it. It's like you're fighting it with really fire. Or is it possible that maybe, that you're just observing the situation where, like this kind of fight is like happening right in front of you, where, like you feel just like you really don't want to get involved, because you might not feel this is kind of like in your best interest. um, Also, what it can mean is like it is time for you to take a stand. So this is happening, and this also means success against obstacles. Maybe you had some problems in the past where you have to position yourself. It could be both on business front, professional front, and in a relationship. So this also means problems thrown aside and bravery. But since I kind of like always read cards the entire meaning of the card, this also can mean that it could be anxiety and some kind of hesitancy. So here you actually do have to take a stand. So this would be like your advice for the week. Take a stand, because look at this. It comes to this cooperation, and this cooperation has to be on terms that are good for both of you, so the water flows, right? And it's kind of like this open kind of like a path in between them, kind of like two keys, kind of like completely enjoying itself. It's a balance, it's a friendship, satisfaction, a good partnership, harmony, like two opposing forces, and it's just like, the kind of making a whole. This also can mean loss of balance, and the point where love becomes a hate, which kind of like this card says, you kind of like, you have to really make sure that you come on the top end. Even if you have the enemies and you're taking a stand, this base is telling you to be curious, sort of like, don't take it for granted and just discard. I don't see it in your card, even though if it is enough, it is enough. Then it's going to be time for you to just really, really walk away. And you do have to find out when this whole fight is unproductive. It kind of like, it is interesting reading, because you have two conflicts over here, around a peacefulness, around kind of balance, around getting together. It looks like that you're striving to is getting together. Like, they're like two things, either known and unknown, either loved or kind of completely curious. So to clarify, for weekly readings, I'm going to also take a rune out, and just to see how this rune contributes to it. So, whew, you got Bunyo rune, but it is upside down. Bunyo is the rune of happy endings, but in your case, it's inverted. So let me just give you what are the key concepts over here. Bunyo is associated with number 3, so this number can have a special significance, and it's like, it's somebody who lives well, who doesn't know suffering, who doesn't know sorrow or anxiety. However, in your reading, you did have anxiety coming through, because it warns that you're likely maybe to idolize a prospective lover. So this is where it connects. And, or a person, friend, and the object of your passion is unlikely to be all they seem. You might be ready to walk away from it and decide when it's enough. So maybe this is the message: to take a stand, be curious and open, but be also willing to take a stand and walk away. You know, uh, if somebody's underhanded, or if somebody deceives you, somebody you consider a friend or lover, it is time to check out. Do not give them a second chance. If this is happening this week, this is a very, very strong message. Also, when it's inverted and appears to kind of like a time frame, if you were really looking over here to get some kind of like specifics, then tradition kind of like states, because it's connected to number 3, that you should wait 3 days before making any decision at all. So it's telling you to take a really slow steps, and this is kind of earth means moving very slow. So what I would say, be cautious, find who your really friends are, and let's revisit next week and see how you're moving ahead. I also advise you to check your monthly reading and see all the curveballs that will be coming to you this month, and to see, like, I mean, how is this week playing into it. You can actually, you have a special, only $10 per question. Just, like, I mean, shoot it over to mystictarot@gmail.com, and you're going to get your answer within 24 hours. Also, please subscribe and please like, and please vote, so that way you're voting with your likes, so that way your videos can come up quicker next time around. Have a great week, Pisces.